Hey guys, how we doing? So I'm just enjoying my time a little bit. I've got a really nice park next to where I am. Check that view. Nice, isn't it? I was saying to myself, if you got a bit of nature around you, if you got a little park, or if you got a bit of, a bit of forest with trees and water, and it's definitely something that you want to come out and have a look at. It's definitely calming. I don't know if you can hear that, but we got a raven, two ravens. That's cool. That's really cool. I wanted to talk a little bit about, mental health, and maybe give you a few things that worked for me. And once again, a teacher that does not want to see himself as a student first is not a real teacher. You know what I mean? So in that sense, using the analogy of the son and the father, everyone is a son or a daughter, and everyone is a father or a mother. Do you know what I mean? So one doesn't disturb the other. So if you start telling yourself, "Oh, I'm a father now," I'm not a son anymore because I'm a father. Well, that's bollocks. You're still a son. You're still I'm a mother. Well, you're still a mother, but you're still a daughter as well. You're both. So as long as people remember that, you could be a teacher, of course, but you're still a student. You're always a student. And in fact, what makes a good teacher is a good student, because what you learn, you pass it on. It's light work, as I see it anyway. You absorb the light, and then you emanate that light towards other people that need it, to enlighten the darkened path, yours or other people. So that's what I thought I'd share, a few bits, things that helped me recently with my depression. And I mean, we're all, a lot of people are suffering from depression, especially right now. It's just, there is something happening with the energy field of the earth at the moment, and a lot of people are suffering. A lot of people are going through a hard time. A lot of my friends are going through a hard time, and I have been going through a hard time, mainly with my health, worrying about my health, not knowing what's happening to me. 35 years old, and I feel tired all the time, and doctors telling me that I might have fibromyalgia, I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't believe everything that I'm being told. I'm still digging, I'm still researching, seeing what's what. But enough about me. Just to say, we're all going through shit, all of us. No one is better than anybody else. Teachers are not better than students. So sometimes you might still be suffering from mental problems. And when we say mental illness, it's not always people that are like paranoid, delusional, schizophrenic. That's a high-end spectrum of mental health condition. But mental health problem could be as simple as feeling tired every day and not being happy to go to work because you're doing a job that you don't like, and you got to deal with people at work that you don't like, people that don't make you feel good. That alone could bring you some mental illness, mental problems. So I thought to myself, your physical room, which is where you sleep, where you spend your time, is an outward manifestation of your inner room. Your inner room is your mind. And I've realized that, you know, it's a vicious circle, and we never know what started, you know what I mean? It is a vicious circle, but check it out. Hey, she went flying around me, I don't know why. Magpies are usually quite scared, you know, quite cautious. Doggy. Yes, so I can't remember exactly. Yes, your room, so your physical room is an outward manifestation of your inner room. And your inner room is your mental room. And I've realized that my room for a long time has been like really like dusty. And my altar, I have an altar, I'm quite a spiritual guy, you know. I had an altar and I've not cleaned it for a long time, and it was dusty, and you know. And I realized that every corner of my room was really dusty, and it needed a big cleaning. But when you're depressed, you just don't want to do anything. You don't want to talk to anyone, you don't want to go outside, you don't want to do anything, you know. It's like you're trapped in that loop, never-ending loop of suffering, and it feels like sometimes there's no way out of it, you know. And so it's almost like, you know, demons. And you know, people speak about demons, the way that they visualize demons, like demons are portrayed in the movie, like you know, horned monsters and alien looking creatures, and that's how we imagine them. And I'm not saying that they do not exist in a realm, in the mental realm, in the spiritual realm. I know that such entity do exist, and so do angels. But the way that demons feed of us is through negative thought patterns. So a demon basically is a negative, fearful thought pattern that keep reoccurring, keep repeating in your head, and every time it repeats, it makes you feel bad. Every time you think about something and you feel like something just took a big bite out of your energy field, you know. That's what demons are. Thought forms that become alive and feed of you, feed of the light of your consciousness, feed of your fear, basically, you know. And that's why I don't advise people to watch like horror movies and serial killer movie with free violence and all that shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm guilty as charged, you know. Sometimes I like action movies, martial art movies, but they're very violent, you know. It's free violence very often, and that stuff stays stuck, you know. It glues to your mind, you know. It creates these thought forms, and that's why I call, you know, like horror movies, for example, I call them digital demons. That's what they are. They're digital demons, because they create these thought forms in your head, and you keep replaying that violent scene, that bloody, gory scene in your head, and it just takes your energy away from you, you know. It feeds our demonic side. Now, I've always believed that we humans are hybrids, you know, hybrids between demons and angels. We're dual. We're made of light and darkness, like the universe. It's made of light and darkness. So, you know, when you look at this, you want to stop feeding the monster, stop feeding the demons, and start feeding the angels within you. The angels are in the heart, you know, the light in the heart, the very core of the heart, where the spark of creation, that's where the angels reside. And demons are hiding in the shadows of your subconscious mind, in your mind. And we only use 3% of our mind, 3 to 5% of our mind. So there's a lot of space out there for demons to hide. You know, they say that the universe is made of 99.9999999% empty space. So it's like, there's a lot of places for demons to hide in the depth of our psyche. So we want to try and stop feeding these entities as much as we can by developing good habits. First of all, by getting rid of bad habits and developing good habits. And I'll tell you what worked for me, because recently I've not been in a very good place, and I feel like I climbed out of it. I feel like I'm in a good place now, because I am doing certain things. I made certain things a habit. Like, for example, spending some time in nature, you know, reconnecting with Mother Earth and the animals. I went to see horses earlier on, you know. It's nice. This is feeding your being with light, you know, feeding your being with what's inside your heart, the light, the angels. And so, coming back to the room, you know, the fact that your room, your physical room is a reflection of your inner room, your mental room, which also could, you know, your inner room contains your mental room, your emotional room, you know, where emotions just flow and you know. So you want to fill your body with positive emotions. What are emotions? Emotions are energy in motion, and you can feel them inside your body. And sometimes these emotions can get trapped, like trapped energy, trapped negative energy inside your body that needs to be released. And there are different ways to release them. You can do it consciously with breath work, you can do it in meditation, you can do it by, you know, going out in nature and reconnecting with the earth and nature. You can do it a lot of different ways. You can also, you know, practice shamanism and, you know, plant medicine, which definitely helped me a lot. No matter where you go, even if you go in nature, you will always have the technology just stepping in. So, you know, I just realized that my room was a mess. And, you know, when you're feeling bad, like I said, you don't want to do anything. You certainly do not want to pick up a brush and a hoover and cleaning your place. But I did it like 2 weeks ago. I did a massive cleaning in my room. In fact, I don't think that I've ever cleaned my room the way that I did a couple of weeks ago. I emptied everything. I've emptied all the shelves, all the drawers. I've emptied everything, and I put everything in the middle of my room. I've moved the shelves, hoovered, mopped, cleaned, wiped, and I sorted everything again. I've thrown a lot of shit. There was too much stuff in my room. It was too crowded. There was not enough space to breathe. Do you know what I mean? So I took a lot of things, all the stuff that I thought I needed but I don't really use. I've put it in the storage downstairs under my stairs, and I've, you know, I really cleared as much space as I could in my room to make it as spacious as I could. And like I said, I cleaned everything, I moved everything, cleaned everything, mopped everything, put everything back in place. I still got a little bit of sorting to do, but the room is really clean. It's I think it's the cleaner it's ever been. You know, I moved the bed, I moved the sofa, I've cleaned everything. I even wiped the skirting boards, I wiped the ceilings, everything. I really did a massive cleanup. And I felt so good doing it. I felt like I was having a spiritual experience while I was cleaning my room, seriously. Like, and I'm looking at my room now and I feel so good in that room. It completely shifted my perspective, shifted my mindset. You see how sometimes just by doing a big spring cleaning, your mindset can change. All it takes is action. And that's why, you know, if you know Anthony Robbins, a big motivational speaker, I like his early stuff because he used to share a lot of stuff and he used to say, take massive action, you know. And that's the thing, you know, very often it's difficult to take that action. You know, it takes a kick in the ass to take that action, but when you do it, that's it. When you do it, you got things happening. You got things happening for you finally, you know. It's almost like the universe is waiting for you to do something. The universe is like, it's your turn now. It's your turn to do something. You're begging for help. You're begging for the angels to come back in your life to help you, but they're not there because you're not doing what you need to do. We're responsible. We're responsible for our well-being. Like, happiness is a choice. Happiness is a choice that we make. We have to make that conscious choice of being happy. And for that, we have to take actions. We have to take certain actions. So it's like, you know, I was at that stage where it was time for me to do things, you know, to give a big cleaning to my room, and I did, and it feels so good. It really changed everything. Made me want to eat better, made me want to go out in nature more, made me want to do the things that I need to do. You know, it's sometimes I use the analogy of parents. The universe is like our parents, you know. Your parents buy you shit when you're young, like toys and stuff like that, and they look at you and they see, you know, if you are grateful, if they see that you're having a lot of fun with your toys and you're grateful and you're happy with that, they want to buy you more stuff. They like to see you happy. Do you know what I mean? It's your parents, they love you. Well, the universe is a bit the same, you know. If you're grateful for what you have, then the universe wants to give you more. But going back to the parents analogy now, if they buy you a toy and buy you toys and you're ungrateful, you're unhappy, and you just, you know, you're just showing you're always moaning about stuff, then, you know, your parents don't want to buy you shit anymore. And the universe is exactly the same, you know. If you are ungrateful about your life, the universe doesn't want to give you more until you learn to be grateful for what you have. So another practice that really helped me, a very, very powerful practice, is the practice of gratitude. You know, wake up every morning and be grateful for what you have. You know, and for some people it's very difficult to remember what they're grateful for, especially when you're trapped in that negative thinking of, oh, I don't have this, I want this, and you know. The thing is, we have everything that we want right here and then. We just have to learn to manifest it. We have to learn to align our energy field with the energy field of what we want. I will speak about positive affirmation, but I wanted to say I got one in my room that's written on a piece of paper that I got on my wall. That's called "What I Seek is Seeking Me." Very, very powerful affirmation, which means that the energy that I am is automatically getting aligned with the energy of the things that I need in my life, just by saying this to myself: what I seek is seeking me. So, you know, by waking up in the morning and making a habit, especially when you just wake up, when the veil between your conscious and your subconscious mind is very, very thin, your unconscious mind is very, very open and receptive to suggestions and anything, any subliminal messages. So if you make it a habit in the morning to remind yourself what you're grateful for, the basic stuff: I'm grateful to be alive, I'm grateful to have a roof over my head, I'm grateful to have enough food to survive, to live, I'm grateful to have amazing friends in my life, you know, I'm grateful to be able to, you know, take the phone and ring several people that I can ring anytime if I need to talk. That's great. And I am one of these people for my friends as well, you know, because what goes around comes around. Some of my friends ring me when they're not feeling well, you know, and I cheer them up as much as I can. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to have friends. If you have a, you know, wife, kids, you know, a dog, anything that makes you happy that you're grateful for, just put it out there in the morning, put it in the field. I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, thank you. You know what I mean? That will completely transform your day, because whatever you start your day with, the energy that you start your day with will magnify, and you know, the rest of your day is going to be like that. Now, if you start your day on a negative note, then it's going to be very difficult to have a positive day, you know. So practice of gratitude is something that really, really helped me. And you can do that in the morning and in the evening as well, before you go to bed, when you start feeling yourself go, you know. Get used to insert subliminal messages in your subconscious mind while like I said, while the veil between your conscious and your subconscious mind is thin. There is another thing that really helped me, and I've did this for years, and I'm finally realizing that it's paying off. It's already started to pay off quite a while back now. But for the last 10 years now, for the last 10 years, I have been writing suggestive, you know, positive affirmation and suggestions on pieces of paper, and I've put these on my wall in my room. Now, you know, whether you decide to consciously read them every day is up to you. You know, it gets quicker in your mind, you know. But even if you don't read them consciously, every time you enter your room, your subconscious mind maps the place. And every time you get in your room, you know, everything that's written on your walls is entering your mind. Imagine now, if, like I said to you, your physical room is a reflection of your inner room, then whatever you put on the walls of your outer room is also being put on the walls of your inner room. Yeah, so all these affirmations now are on pieces of paper in the inside of my room, stuck to the wall, you know. And keep these for as long as you can, and you will realize that eventually things will start to manifest. And the secret really with positive affirmation is to start with I am. I am are very, very powerful words, because whatever you put after I am, with nourished with enough repetitions, will become who you are. You will become, literally will become what you write. If you say I am healthy, I'm healthy, I am positive, I am grateful, I am strong. This magpie seems to be really interested in me. I don't know why. It's weird, because usually they're very afraid of human beings. Weird. It's been flying above my head like a helicopter, just staying above my head. Or maybe it's got its nest somewhere here. I don't know. But yeah, I am grateful, I am successful, I am healthy, I am powerful, I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy. Do you know what I mean? These are all things that you want to enter. You want to insert this in your unconscious mind, and the best way to do that is to write it on pieces of paper and put it on your walls next to your bed, you know, close to you, so that you can absorb that energy. Usually when I do it consciously, I look at it and I absorb the information with my eyes. I visualize the power of the information of these words entering through my eyes and decorating my inner room, if you will. So that's a way. And this is the same principle as, you know, self-hypnosis, neuro-linguistic programming. The thing with self-hypnosis is that you want to use the word I am, and you want to speak at the present moment. You don't want to say, I want to quit smoking, or I will quit smoking now. Because if you say, I will quit smoking, then it's not happening right now, it's happening in the future. And the future is an illusion. The future happens in the present moment. The past has happened in the present moment. When you think about the past, you do it in the present moment. When you think about the future, you do it in the present moment. The present moment is the only time when you can apply changes to your life. So if you want to use self-hypnosis, you want to speak to yourself at the present moment. So for example, if you want to quit smoking, you will say, I am quitting smoking right now. You know, I am quitting smoking right now with great ease. So that's just an example, of course. So these are few things that really helped me. With the years, I realized that even though when I was feeling bad and I was not in a good place, having these positive suggestions, affirmations on my wall, you know, helped me. Just the simple fact that they were on my wall for all these years, and now I start to see that these things that I've wrote 10 years ago are starting to manifest, you know, and that's amazing. That is really amazing. So, you know, these are really the few things that helped me. Make sure that your room is clean. You know, clean it as you go. Don't wait. I'm becoming a bit OCD now. You know, some people say I'm OCD, but it is what it is. If that keeps me happy, you know, being on the top of the cleaning, every time I see a little bit of dust on the floor, yeah, screw it. I'll get the Hoover out and I start hoovering. You know, I put things where they're meant to be. I fold my clothes. I put them in the. Look at that that magpie. It's there in the tree. It's looking at me. You know, I make sure that everything is in order, not in chaos. My room has been in chaos for long enough, and because of that, my inner room was in chaos for long enough. So, yeah, I make sure that I stay on the top of the cleaning. That's one thing. And I feel so much better in a clean room. And then like I say, I use positive affirmation in the morning and in the evening, as often as I can, really. And gratitude, the practice of gratitude. And of course, spend some time in nature as much as you can, you know. Reconnect with the earth, take your shoes off, and ground, you know, walk bare feet on the grass, reconnect with the earth, get these biophotons entering your feet, you know, do that breath work. I don't know if I'm ready for cold water therapy right now, but I am going to give it a go, you know. I got some really cool places here. I got some little ponds here. I got some really beautiful places around me. Just 10-15 minutes walk from my house, you know. If you're lucky enough to have places like this around you, don't let it go to waste, you know. Spend the time. Spend the time. Right now I'm gonna try to you know, boost my immune system as much as I can. I've lost a lot of weight since the first lockdown. I was like 110 kgs. I made it to 112 kgs, you know. But I carry my weight well anyway because I'm tall and thin, do you know what I mean? But I've lost now. I'm like 85 kilos now in the morning. So I just let you imagine how much weight I've lost since the lockdowns. And I feel better though, I'm not gonna lie, you know, I feel better. I'm ripped again, but you know, I've lost some muscle mass as well, and that's pissing me off a little bit. So it's time to get myself back at the gym, but this time I'm gonna do it smartly, you know. I'm not gonna try and do the big weights, you know, I'm not, you know, taking too much on too soon. I'm gonna build myself up slowly. I want to be able to do it on the long run now. That's what matters. Do it on the long run. I got a gym 3 minutes away from where I live. 3 minutes walk. I didn't even know that. So on my way back, after I'm done with this recording, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna have a look at that place and maybe get myself a membership, because I need to get back into it slowly. But yeah, not gonna tell you all my life, but like I said, if that video helps people, because I got a lot of friends that are going through a hard time, if this helps people around me, then mission accomplished. And if you have an opportunity to do the same, you know, what goes around comes around, guys. You know, if you expect people's help, then you need to be there for them as well, you know. On that note, I wish you all a great day. I love and appreciate you all, and I'll speak to you soon.